Have you ever encountered someone who disrespects you, making you feel small or unimportant? It can be frustrating, right? But what if I told you there's a way to handle it, not just react out of anger or frustration, but with calm, grace, and strength? The Stoic philosophy has been helping individuals for centuries to stay composed in the face of adversity. And today, we're going to explore how you can apply these timeless principles to handle disrespect and regain your power. In today's fast-paced world, we all encounter moments where others fail to show us the respect we deserve. Whether it's a colleague who undermines you, a friend who ignores your boundaries, or even a stranger who disrespects your space, it can feel personal. But here's the key. Stoic philosophy teaches us that we can't control others' actions, but we can control how we respond. By practicing wisdom, self-discipline, and emotional control, you can not only protect your peace, but also reclaim your inner power. So, in this video, we will walk through 5 powerful Stoic strategies to help you handle disrespect with dignity. And by the end, you'll discover how these tools will leave you feeling empowered and more confident in your interactions. Ready to unlock the wisdom of the Stoics? Let's begin. But before that, hit the like button, share and subscribe to Mindful Elders. Understand what you can control. One of the core teachings of Stoic philosophy is the idea that we cannot control others, only ourselves. In the face of disrespect, the first step is to remind yourself of this powerful truth. You cannot control someone else's behavior, but you can control your own reactions. When someone disrespects you, it's easy to feel the urge to retaliate, to argue, or even to let anger dictate your response. But Stoics like Epictetus remind us that we are disturbed not by what happens to us, but by our thoughts about what happens. This means that our suffering is not caused by the actions of others, but by how we choose to perceive and react to those actions. Take a deep breath. Pause. In moments of disrespect, give yourself a moment of clarity. Instead of rushing to defend yourself or respond in anger, ask yourself, how much power does this situation really have over me? Often the answer is none. And with that realization, you can regain your composure, approach the situation with clarity, and avoid getting lost in emotional turmoil. By practicing emotional detachment, you free yourself from the need for external validation, giving you the inner strength to handle disrespect gracefully. Don't take it personally. When faced with disrespect, one of the most difficult things to do is not take it personally. But this is exactly what Stoic philosophy encourages us to do. Disrespect from others says more about them than it does about you. As the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius wisely said, the best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injustice. In other words, their actions are a reflection of their character, not yours. People who show disrespect are often acting out of their own insecurities, frustrations, or personal struggles. Their negative behavior may have little to do with you at all. When you understand this, it becomes easier to detach emotionally from the situation. You realize that their words and actions are reflections of their internal struggles, not an attack on your worth or value. By not taking things personally, you not only protect your own peace, but you also maintain your dignity and composure. You don't allow another person's poor behavior to define your self-worth. Stoics teach us to keep our minds focused on what is within our control, our actions, reactions, and emotions. Instead of reacting with anger or frustration, choose to respond with calm, understanding, and Stoic grace. Set boundaries with respect. Setting boundaries is a powerful tool when dealing with people who disrespect you. But Stoicism teaches us that boundaries should always be set with respect, both for ourselves and the other person. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus emphasizes the importance of maintaining our integrity, saying, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." This applies to our emotional wealth as well. By setting boundaries, we protect our peace and ensure that we aren't overwhelmed by others' disrespect. When you establish clear boundaries, You are communicating what is acceptable and what isn't. This is not an act of aggression, but rather an act of self-respect. For example, if someone is speaking to you in a hurtful way, calmly express that their behavior is unacceptable. You don't need to justify your feelings, but instead, assert your boundaries with confidence and clarity. Stoic principles teach us that we cannot control how others behave, but we can control our responses. By setting boundaries in a respectful manner, you not only protect yourself, but also invite others to engage with you in a way that honors your values. In turn, you create an environment where respect becomes the foundation of all interactions, rather than conflict. Cultivate compassion for yourself and others. While Stoicism emphasizes control over one's emotions and reactions, it does not suggest we shut off empathy or compassion. Compassion, for both yourself and others, is key when handling disrespectful individuals. It's important to remember that hurt people hurt people. Often those who show disrespect are struggling with their own insecurities or wounds. A Stoic mindset encourages us to respond with understanding rather than retaliation. By practicing compassion, you free yourself from the cycle of resentment and anger. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, wrote in his Meditations, "When you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, the people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, deceitful, envious, and unsocial." Yet he continues, "I can't be harmed by them." What this teaches us is that while people may be disrespectful, we do not have to react negatively. Instead, we can offer understanding and forgiveness, both to others and to ourselves. When someone disrespects you, take a moment to pause. Reflect on their behavior without judgment, and ask yourself, what are they going through that might be causing this? This simple act of mindfulness can help you respond with grace, keeping your peace intact. Ultimately, compassion for yourself and others helps transform negative experiences into opportunities for growth. Accept what you can't control. In the Stoic worldview, acceptance of what we cannot control is a fundamental principle for inner peace. People who disrespect you may act in ways that frustrate or hurt you, but you cannot control their actions. What you can control is your reaction to those actions. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most well-known Stoic philosophers, wrote in his journal, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." When you find yourself reacting to someone's lack of respect, ask yourself, is this something I can change? If the answer is no, let it go. Holding on to anger or resentment will only damage your peace of mind. Resist the urge to engage in battles that are outside your control. Instead, focus on responding with wisdom, understanding that their actions are a reflection of themselves, not you. By letting go of the need to control others and their behavior, you regain your power. The true strength of Stoicism lies in choosing not to let others' negativity disturb your peace. When you accept what you cannot change, you free yourself from unnecessary emotional turmoil and find calm in the face of disrespect. The power of silence and non-reaction. One of the most powerful tools in dealing with disrespect is the art of silence. As Stoics, we understand that we don't need to respond to every provocation. In fact, sometimes the best response is no response at all. This doesn't mean we're weak or passive. Rather, it shows we're choosing to preserve our inner peace. Epictetus wisely said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." When faced with someone who disrespects you, resist the impulse to defend yourself or react emotionally. Instead, practice non-reaction. Remain calm and centered. This doesn't mean ignoring the person, but rather refusing to let their words or behavior disrupt your calm. Silence is a powerful signal. It can convey strength and self-control, and it can be a response in itself. Silence allows you to step back and reflect before reacting. It grants you time to assess the situation objectively, without emotional clouding. When you choose not to engage in a disrespectful exchange, you maintain your dignity and you let go of the need for validation. In a world full of noise and chaos, being silent in the face of disrespect can be one of the most dignified responses you can offer. Stoic philosophy isn't just a concept, it's a way of living that empowers us to navigate life's challenges with grace, wisdom, and emotional strength. Respect starts with self-respect, and if we can master our inner world, no external disrespect will sway us. The key is in our response. Stoicism teaches us that we cannot control others, but we can control how we choose to react. When we are faced with disrespect, we can either let it affect us, or we can choose to remain calm, reflect, and respond with wisdom. You are in charge of your peace. Stoicism encourages us to turn inward, remain grounded, and protect our emotional well-being no matter the external circumstances. Your inner strength is the ultimate power you possess. No one can take that away from you unless you let them. The next time someone disrespects you, remember that your response is what truly defines the situation. So I challenge you to ask yourself today, how will you handle disrespect? Will you let it define you, or will you rise above and maintain your peace? If you resonated with this, share this video, subscribe for more wisdom, and remember, you are stronger than you think, and your peace is priceless.